Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Mrs. G. Today we are going to be looking at the 2018 Geography CSEC Paper 1. Let's get ready. We are at item 31. So it says item 31 refers to the following diagram which shows a coastline. The feature labeled X in the diagram above is most likely the result of A. Longshore drift, no, that is relating to deposition. B. Changes in sea level. C. The weathering of rocks. And D. The strength of the waves. So yes, it is weathering that is taking place here. 32. Which of the following factors is the most important contributor to the growth of cities in the Caribbean? A. Rural to urban migration. Yes. Let's look at the others though. Urban to rural. C. International migration. D. Changes in urban boundaries. So if you think about it, most persons are leaving from outside of the cities to come into the cities to live, to settle. So that would have been from rural to urban. Urban to rural would mean that you are leaving the city to settle outside of the city in the countryside areas. So our answer for number 32 would have been letter A. 33. Which of the following correctly describes the relationship between weather and climate? So we have to read through this one to find our answer. A. Climate refers to the conditions of the atmosphere, whereas weather mainly refers to seasons. That's not correct. Weather includes atmospheric conditions such as cloud cover and winds, while temperature refers to climate refers to temperature and rainfall. Climate is a changeable and everyday occurrence. We know that one is not true. Weather is the day-to-day changes in the atmosphere, while climate is the average condition of atmosphere over many years. So our answer for number 33 would have been letter D. Number 34. Which of the following is the most serious problem hindering rapid agricultural development in the Caribbean? A. Lack of capital. B. Rapid soil erosion. C. The lack of crop variety. D. A high incidence of crop disease. So notice they have most in bold here. The major problem hindering agricultural development in the Caribbean is lack of money. So lack of capital. So 34, our answer would have been letter A. Number 35. Which of the following factors may increase the rate of soil erosion? So we have afforestation, no, very intense rainfall, poor cultivation techniques. So it says increase the rate of soil erosion. If you are planting trees, then that would not increase the rate of soil erosion. It would actually decrease it. So any one of the responses with 1 is out. So A is out, B is out, and D is also out. So for number 35, the response is letter C, 2 and 3 only. 36. The method of crop cultivation that uses extensive practices and results in high yields per worker is called mixed farming, market gardening, subsistence farming. So the fact that it says per worker is suggesting that you have people working on the farm, so it's commercial. So the answer for number 36 would have been letter D, which uses extensive practices, results in high yields. So 36, letter D. Number 37 to 38 are based on the following graph, which shows the relative value for exports of primary and manufactured products from 4 Caribbean territories in 1 year. So we have Barbados, Guyana, Trinidad, and Jamaica. For which of the following territories was the value of manufactured products exported greater than 75% of the total exports? We saw that as well in another paper. Value manufactured products. So this is manufactured products where it needs to be greater than 75%. So manufactured products is in black So it's coming from this end. The only one where it is greater than 75% is here in Barbados. So for number 37, the answer would have been letter C. Number 38. In which of the following territories was there the greatest difference in value between primary products and manufactured products? 38, greatest difference in value. Alright, so we have Guyana here, which is almost 90%, and 10% for the manufactured. So that would have been the greatest difference. So 38 would have been B for Guyana. Number 39. Item 39 referred to the following diagram. In the diagram, X represents, so we're seeing X here. It is percolation, but let us look at the responses. Yes, it is percolation. So we know it's not evaporation, or it would be going up. Precipitation would have been the rainfall would be coming down, and it would have been on the surface. Transpiration would have been going up as well. So the answer is X, A for percolation. Number 40. Which of the following factors causes temperatures to be high in the Caribbean? High temperatures in the Caribbean are as a result of our specific location. So for latitude, it would be letter C. Number 41. Which of the following is classified as a tertiary industry? That would have been tourism. 41 would have been letter B for tourism. Fishing is primary. Oil refining, food processing, those are secondary. So B for number 41. Number 42. Which of the following situations have resulted from the setting up of a secondary industry in the Caribbean? 1. Reduced cost of living. 2. Increased external markets. 3. Increased employment opportunities. So which of them would have resulted from the setting up of a secondary industry in the Caribbean? It does not affect cost of living that much, well, not really. So increased external markets definitely, because you would have been exporting, and it increased the employment opportunities for the persons. So it would have been 2 and 3. So the answer for number 42 would have been letter C. 43. Item 43 refers to the following table, which shows sugar production in millions of tons in the Caribbean and Latin America between 1961 and 2001. So we're looking at the options that are here. Sugar production in St. Kitts declined, let us see. 4, 2, 3, 2, 1. We're looking between 1961 and 2001. Yes, it has declined. Sugar production in Cuba remained above 30. Cuba, yes, that is correct as well. Sugar production in Barbados decreased by over 50%. Find in Barbados 14 and then 5. So yes, that's over 50%. So it's 1, 2, and 3. So 43, that would have been letter D for your answer. 1, 2, and 3. Number 44. Most capital cities in the Caribbean have coastal locations mainly because A. It began as a major port. B. Were important fishing towns. C. Began as important tourist resort. Or D. Were sites for international airport. So that would have been letter A. They began as major ports from the time of sugar exportation, etc. Number 45. Which of the following are problems associated with urbanization in the Caribbean? Decentralization of shopping facilities, unemployment and underemployment. That one is correct. And poor public transportation. So that would be 2 and 3. So the answer for number 45 would have been letter C, which is 2 and 3 only. 46. Which of the following conditions is a problem in urban areas of the Caribbean? A. Shortage of labor. B. Inadequate housing. Absence of paved roads. Inadequate shopping facilities. 46, it would have been B. Inadequate housing, because you know of several squatter settlements that would have been around the urban areas. 47, at a transform plate margin, crustal plates are being pulled apart, sliding past each other, colliding, or being reabsorbed. 47 would have been letter B, they are sliding past each other. 48, item 48 refers to the following diagram, which shows how a farmer used his plot of land. Which statement best describes the farm depicted above? So we are seeing rearing of animals, tomatoes, cauliflower, and beans. A, it practices monoculture. No, that would have been out. B, cauliflower is the main crop. Not correct either. C, more than half of the farm is used for crops. That is correct. And D, more than half of the farm is used to rear animals. So the letter is C for number 48. Number 49, changes in global trade policies impact Caribbean traditional export crops because they A, stimulate policies, B, encourage competition, C, encourage climate change, or D, increase preferential markets. So that would have been B, they encourage competition. 50. The rate of natural increase of a population is determined by rate of natural increase, so that would have been birth and death. So for number 50, the answer would have been letter A. 51. When magma emerges on the surface, it may lead to the formation of sills, dikes, lakelets. Lava flow is the only surface volcanic feature here. So for 51, the answer would have been letter D. 52. Which of the following is considered a poor farming practice? A, crop rotation, B, overgrazing, strip cropping, D, contour plowing. For this one, it is going to be letter B, that is overgrazing. 53. Which of the following activities poses the most serious threat to water quality in the rivers of the Caribbean? A, dumping of waste, B, jet skiing by tourists, C, flooding from hurricanes, or D, improper fishing practices. 53, that would have been dumping of waste. Items 54 to 55 are based on the following sketch map of an area. 54. Which of the areas 1, 2, 3, or 4 would be a typical location for commercial arable farming, which is plantation agriculture in the Caribbean? So the options are 1, 2, 3, or 4, and we're looking for areas, typical location for commercial arable farming. So at 1, it has flat land, it is at a settlement. 2, it's at a forested area and it is close to a port. 3, it is in the mountains. So the mountains would certainly be out because it is commercial farming. Commercial farming relies heavily on the use of machinery, and machinery would need an area which is to drive, as well as the flat land. You need it for the large, vast monoculture that is going to be taking place in the commercial arable farming. So 3 would certainly be out. For 4 is at the source of a river. Rivers usually start at highland as well, so 4 would also be out. So the two options that are left are 1 and 2. The one that is typical for commercial arable farming in the Caribbean, it would be flatland, but it would not be right at the settlement. It would more than likely be at the area that is a woodland, and it is close to the port, so there would be access to other means of exporting and transportation, etc. So for number 54, the answer would have been letter B. 55. Which of the following would be the best area to locate a new factory in order to minimize the effects of air pollution? All right, so we're looking at the same 4 places, but this time we're looking for the best area to locate the factory to minimize the effects of air pollution. So here on the map, we're seeing the wind direction. So the wind would be going this way. So if you're building a factory, you would want to put it somewhere where the wind is going to assist in removing the exhaust. So it would not be 1 because 1 would have been right at the city, so it would be heavily affected by air pollution. 2, it would not be 3, first of all, so we're sure of 1 and we're sure of 3. We know that those would be out. 4, right at the top or the source of the river, but it is right in the direction of the wind, so the wind would take away the exhaust from the area. And then we have 2. 2 is in a woodland area close to a port, and it is almost in the direction of the wind as well. The thing with removing the trees at the port is that since the question says would be the best area to locate a factory to minimize the effects of air pollution, if you were to remove the woodland, you would also be removing a means of cleaning the air if deforestation was to take place. So we already have 1 out, we already have 3 out. I would take out 2 as well because we do not want to be removing the trees, because that would also be polluting the air. We would leave the air polluted. So the one that is left is 4. In essence, we could look at this in several other ways of where we would want to put a factory in terms of means of communication or access to transportation or proximity to the material that is going to be used in the factory. But the specific question asked best area to locate a new factory to minimize the effects of air pollution. So in that case, to get the best one in that specific case, it would have been right here where it is right in the way of the wind direction, where the wind is going to take the exhaust from the factory away from the area. Also, the trees here would assist in cleaning the air. So we can't put it here because we would be removing the trees, which would cause a lot more problems. 56. Algae nourished by waters enriched with the nutrients grow in abundance over the corals, causing them to die. The situation described above can come about through A, oil pollution, sewage discharge, dredging, fishing, and dynamite. So I would say letter B for number 56, sewage discharge. 57. Which of the following substances is not expected to pollute the underground water supply? Mulch, gasoline, pesticide, or fertilizer? 57, that would have been A. Mulch is on top of the surface and it does not seep through and it is very organic. 58. Which of the following is a form of air pollution? A. Smog, B. Oil spill, C. Raw sewage, D. Mercury poisoning. So the only one that affects the air, since it says air pollution, would have been smog here. That is letter A. Number 59. Which of the following sequences usually occurs where soil erosion is a problem? Sequences. So increased runoff, decreased infiltration, no. So we would have deforestation first because it would have been the removal of the trees that would cause something else to happen. So deforestation, increased infiltration, no. Normally when you remove trees, there's increased runoff instead. So deforestation, decreased infiltration, increased runoff, and then soil erosion. So for 59, our answer would have been letter D. 60. Which combination of factors would most likely result in flooding? Soil conservation method is in use, deforestation, or dumping of garbage in rivers. which combination would be most likely the cause for flooding? Soil conservation, no, that would not be a problem. Deforestation, yes, and the dumping of garbage, as they can cause the waterways to be blocked. So it would have been letter C, 2 and 3 only. That is 60, letter C. We have come to the end of our 2018 past paper. Again, thank you so much for watching. Always a pleasure. Ensure that you subscribe, like, and leave a comment. If you'd like us to do more past paper questions as well, feel free to let us know, send us a comment. If you have any other questions, you can also ask in the comment section. Again, thank you for watching. It is always a pleasure.